Welcome to another episode of Fafa Live. Last week, we kickstarted our 6-week series on being a black woman in the United States. Last episode was all about fan favorites, scandal, and how to get away with murder, as we unpack some of the social stereotypes pitted against black women. For today's episode, we're shaking things up a little. With Mother's Day around the corner, let's shine some light on a couple black mothers. And yes, you guessed it, the next segment of this series is the black family in the U.S. So let's jump right in.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back. Joining me on the stage are some extraordinary black mothers. Today we have Kiana Xavier, Kelly Price, and Naomi Parker. During the break, I heard a few snippets of their stories, and I'm excited for you all to hear from these heroines. So Kiana, since you're closest to me, why don't you share your story first?
First, Farah, I'd once again like to thank you for inviting me to your show and allowing me to share my story to inspire other mothers out there to hold on a little while longer. I'm originally from Mississippi, and at the age of 16, I became a teen mom to twin boys. My boys' father died soon after their birth, and ever since then, it has just been the three of us. My mom was a teen mom herself, and when she found out I was pregnant, her and the rest of my family basically disowned me. I was on track to graduating early from high school and have received a full ride from Tuskegee University to run for them on their track and field team. I understand now how disappointed they were. I just wish they'd moved past their disappointment and supported me. I did some shoplifting here and there to make ends meet for my boys and hop from one group home to another. I'm not proud of my past, but I'm stronger because of it. I'm now 35, I own my own home, and my boys play football for D1 schools. I was finally getting to see a silver lining in my life until recently when I found out a legal case had opened up against me for my shoplifting past. I've been trying to right my wrongs these past 15 years, and it seems that every time I take one step forward, I'm brought 2 steps back. Life works in strange ways, you know?
It sure does.
Yes, it does. And if you don't mind me asking, what are they charging you with?
I'm being charged for petty theft, and instead of it being looked at as an infraction and just having to pay a fine, my case is starting as a misdemeanor, and I can spend up to 2 years in jail. Up to 2 years in jail for a box of diapers and a container of baby formula.
Now that is ridiculous.
Do your sons know about this case above your head?
I haven't told them yet. I'm hoping I can somehow work it out and have this be something else of the past. They made it to college, and they're just doing so well that I don't want this to be a stressor for them. Just when I get a taste of how sweet life can be, my bitter past comes on and shakes things up. My boys are all I have.
I know the fight you have had these past 19 years for your sons is also within you to fight this case ahead of you. So once again, Kiana, thank you again for sharing a part of your life with us. Naomi?
I was born in Sacramento, California, before my family moved overseas to Germany. I was an Army brat, and when my dad told us that he was going off to his first military assignment, my mom decided that we should follow. I knew that when I married Jason 16 years ago, I didn't want my kids to experience what I had to experience growing up. So when he went off to his first tour, we stayed in North Carolina. The money Jason was sending back home was nowhere near enough to support our family. So I decided to move my mother into the house so she could take care of the kids as I took on 3 jobs. When I was younger, I dreamed about so many directions that my life could have taken. But I never imagined that these past 12 years would ever be part of my life. I always dreamed of raising my kids. Taking on these 3 jobs has been really hard for the family. Ever since Jason went off to his tour, my second son, Terrell, has had anger management problems. These problems only worsened when I had to work a lot more, and it began to show up in his schooling. Jason has returned home after 5 tours, and he's battling PTSD. And just recently, I found out that my youngest daughter will soon be a mother herself. As you can see, I've had a lot on my plate these past few years, and I don't see that changing ever.
Wow, that is a lot. I remember during the break, you mentioned how differently Terrell is treated in school compared to his peers. Can you talk more about that?
Yes, I can. I have a co-worker whose son attends the same school as Terrell. Her son has anger management issues as well, but they're clearly treated a lot differently. At times I'm forced to leave work early to attend meetings with the school administrators and teachers, while my coworker's son is given incentives in hopes of regulating his anger. Once, it was even mentioned that if I didn't attend a meeting, they would expel Terrell. The fact that Terrell is black and my coworker's son is white is the reason why these boys are treated so differently. My job has become less lenient with me leaving my shift early for these school meetings, and I'm bringing in a lot less money into the household that I'm supposed to. Lord knows that every dollar counts, especially with this baby on the way.
Thank you for sharing, Naomi. Last but not least, let's hear from Kelly.
Well, I'm originally from Texas, and growing up, I only remember learning about this man leading a movement and another man making discoveries. Growing up, feminism was stressed in both my nuclear and extended family. I learned to question why something is the way it is and live my life the way I want to live. At the age of 23, I underwent artificial insemination and became a single mother to my daughter on my own terms. Life is so much better when you don't allow other people's judgment to interfere with what you decide to do with your life. I am a rising partner in my company's law firm. I am a single mother, and I am doing this damn thing.
Did you receive any backlash from family or friends about willingly wanting to be a single mother?
My family and my friends were very supportive of my decision. I received the most backlash from my coworkers. The law world is no different from the rest of the world. It's a male-dominated field. Behind closed doors, I was known as a man-hating woman that emasculates men simply because I prefer to raise my child the non-traditional way.
In Tyler Perry's movie The Single Moms Club, Jane is a mother that chose to undergo artificial insemination like you. So, do you have any advice for women out there that want to do the same?
I am not a fan of Tyler Perry's movies. I know of that movie a little too well. I mean, what can we always expect from his movies? A man coming into a woman's life and saving the day. Jane's character is given the same ending, and I refuse to support it. Black women are strong as hell, especially us mothers. Our superhuman strength shouldn't be outshined in the introduction of a male. Also, who said that only a man can save the day? In Tyler Perry movies, when a man comes into a woman's life, her past struggles are precisely that, a thing of the past. Can't a woman do the same for another woman? We are our own heroes, with or without a man. And most importantly, we are our children's heroes.
Thank you, Kelly. Why don't we get a round of applause for these mothers? As Tupac Shakur once said, ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. With Mother's Day around the corner, show your mom some love. Tell her you appreciate her. I'll see you next time on Fafa Live.
I was laughing, this is like twin boys.
I understand now how disappointed they were. I just was thinking.
That looks so fake.
This guy is bougie.
You need another thing of water?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
My mom was a teen mom herself, and when she found out I was pregnant,
Very glamorous and very Hollywood.
This is kind of awkward.
I think it's good now.
No, honey, your face is.
You were smiling.
Yes, I love kicking
shoot. Oh my goodness, this is so hard. First, Farah, I'd once again like to thank you for inviting me to the show and allowing me to share my mothers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess it could be a blooper.
No. Susie.
Naomi.
Oh,